But within those two was all 10. He broke it down, 4 for the Father and 6 for the people. You understand that? Christ had the slick talk. Many of our people didn't understand what was being said even today in the churches. That's why we do things on a Sunday. We don't keep the high holy days no more. We don't keep Passover no more because we didn't understand what Christ was saying. Timothy was not Jesus. They were disciples of Christ. Okay, so I'm going to get you Christ's words. Give me Matthew chapter 5. I'm going to get you Christ's words because you know what, sis? You got a rebellious spirit. You got a rebellious spirit, but the Lord loves you. Watch this.
Did you hear what he said? So what do we got to do to get out of the condition that we're in as a people, as so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans?
Get along.
Huh?
Gotta get along.
We got to get along. Okay. All right. Give me Amos 3:3. Give me Amos 3:3.
Get out.
All right. Because I'm with you on that. We got to get along. We got to agree. Right? We got to agree. All right. Go ahead.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
That's a rhetorical question right there. It said, can two walk together except they be agreed?
They have to agree.
They got to agree, but like, can me and you, like, let's say we trying to start a business, but I'm a thief. You want to start a business with me? I'm a thief.
You don't steal from me.
You know what I'm saying? But guess what? If we don't agree together, then guess what? The point I'm making is that we have to agree on the same thing. All right? And what is that thing that we got to agree on?
Unity.
And now how do we unite?
We have to follow Christ.
We got to follow Christ. Okay.
Not man.
Right. Okay. All right. So guess what? So how do we do that?
You pray.
We pray?
And you walk accordingly.
Walk accordingly.
Do
Okay.
things decently and in order.
Decently and in order. That's I like that. I like that. So what you're saying is we got to keep God's laws. We got to come back to keeping the commandments because guess what? That's not taught to us.
But we can try to keep the commandments the best that we can. But the commandments cannot be completed. Jesus was the only one who completed the commandments.
So you're saying as a people today we can't keep the commandments?
We can't keep them all.
We can't keep them all.
We're not perfect. We can't be
We're
perfect.
not perfect. What's it mean to be perfect? Matter of fact, I'm going to stop asking. Give me Matthew 5:48. Give me Matthew 5:48 first. All right? Because we say that, right? We say we can't do it. We can't be perfect and all this. But what about Christ? What did Christ say? Uh-oh.
Hey, my brother, real quick. Let me get Matthew 22. Matthew 22. Right? Real quick, my brother. Real quick. No, because we talk about keeping the laws, right? And you said that Christ was the only one that was able to keep them, right? 22, what you got? Right, start up by like 35, 30 years.
This is the book of Matthew 22 and verse 35.
Bring it out.
Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Right. So they asked Christ, what is the great commandment of the law? Right? Because there was many commandments. Like you said, there's many commandments. He said, which was the great one? Right? Go ahead.
Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul.
Right. So, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul. How do we do that? I'm asking you.
You just answered it right there. We must learn to love one another.
What is love?
Love is sharing and doing for others and helping others along the way. Not putting them down, not kicking them, but helping them along the way so that they could be good just as well as yourself.
Okay, so according to the scriptures, we're going to see what love is, right? Watch this.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
For this is the love of God.
Stop. So it says, for this is the love of God, right? So now it's about to tell you what the love of God is. Go ahead.
That we keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments. That's the love of God. Go ahead.
And his commandments are not grievous.
And his commandments are not hard, right? So now go back to Matthew 22, right? Because he said something here. He said, Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind. Right? I might have chopped that up. Right? But read that part again. Go ahead.
Matthew 22 and 37. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
Right. Now, give me Exodus 20. We're going to show you what that means, according to the Bible. Right? Because what you said is not like it's totally wrong, meaning that, oh, okay, you got to love the people, love so on and so forth, but it's a difference in just an emotional love. That's why we went to where it said in 1 John, where it says, love is keeping the commandments. That's the love that the Lord is looking for. Because you can't hug God. You don't see God. So you can't hug him. So how do you show him love? Right? Same thing like if you got a wife. How do you show your wife love? Just hugging her, your wife going to be like, hey, wait a minute. I ain't got no place to live. How come you never got me no place to live, husband? Right? You got to show love. You got to take care of her, protect her, so on and so forth. Right? Watch this. Go ahead. I want to start at 3.
Exodus 20.
2.
Exodus 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
You heard that? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's showing love to God with all thy heart, soul, mind. Right? Go ahead.
That thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
Right. So that right there, that's your 2 commandments. That's 2. That's number 1 commandment out of the 10, because we're reading the 10 commandments. We read the first commandment, and now we just read the second commandment. Right? You agree with these, right? Clearly. Go ahead.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless.
Right. So listen close. We still reading the 2nd commandment. Right? Remember, what's the topic? Loving God with all thy heart, soul, mind. Right? Go ahead.
That taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day.
Whoa, here go number 3. Remember the Sabbath day. Go ahead.
To keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy works. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So now, my brother, let me ask you, what is the Sabbath day? When is it? When is the Sabbath? Excellent. So today is the Sabbath day. We need to keep it holy. Right? Now this is the Lord is saying, keep my Sabbath day, keep it holy. That's how you show me love. Right? So he's saying that what? On this Sabbath day, you are not to do what? You're not to work. You're not to buy, sell, so on and so forth. That's how we show love to the Lord. Go ahead.
In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son nor thy daughter, thy manservant nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother.
Stop. So right now we have what? We had those 4. We got to keep the Sabbath day. Let me ask you a question. In today's, do we keep the Sabbath day? Why not?
The world.
Right. The world said we not to keep the Sabbath day, right?
They discouraged it.
Exactly. And what did they do? They took the Sabbath day from the Saturday and said, let's go to church on Sunday. That ain't what God said, though. God said, keep my Sabbath day holy. This is how we show love to the Lord. We don't care what the world is talking about. They said Sunday. No. We saying, God said, what? He said Saturday. Right? Now, go back to Matthew 22. I just want to show you something. Because it's very important what Christ is saying in Matthew 22. Because this is where all of our churches are deriving what Christ says. We're going to go with what Christ is saying. Right? Go ahead. 38. Yeah, 38.
Matthew chapter 22 and verse 38. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it.
Now he's about to read the second great commandment. We just went to the first one. The first great commandment had the first 4 of the 10 commandments go into what? Loving God. Now watch this. Go ahead.
And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. This is what you were talking about, showing love, right? Love thy neighbor as thyself. So now we're going to go back to Exodus 20 where the 10 Commandments are, and we're going to show love to neighbors, right? Love to our people. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother.
You heard that, my brother? Honor thy father and thy mother. What's wrong with that? Is that hard to do? No. Go ahead.
That thy days may be long upon the land,
Go ahead.
which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill.
Oh, thou shalt not kill. Right? Thou shalt not kill. That's the what? That's the 6th commandment. So right now we're looking at commandment number 5, commandment number 6. Right? Go ahead.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
You shall not commit adultery on your wife. So the Lord is saying when you show love to your brethren, these are what you do. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not lie. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. That thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Right. So what we just read, my brother, what Christ is telling you is that he wants us to keep the commandments.
That's right.
Just those 10 commandments. He said, yo, keep these commandments. But they try to tempt him. They said, which one is the greatest? He said, we got 2 great ones. But within those 2 was all 10. He broke it down, 4 for the Father and 6 for the people. You understand that? Christ had the slick talk. Many of our people didn't understand what was being said even today in the churches. That's why we do things on a Sunday. We don't keep the high holy days no more. We don't keep Passover no more because we didn't understand what Christ was saying.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Now watch this. Go back to Matthew 22. Pick up at 38 where you left off. Watch this.
Matthew 22 and verse 38. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Come on.
On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
You heard that? On these 2 commandments hang all the laws and the prophets. Now why would he say that, bro? Remember when we read Exodus 20, it said, thou shalt not kill. Right? What? Now in today's society, hey sis, how you doing? Right? If somebody, in today's judicial system, when they say thou shalt not kill, right, or you shall not kill, how many statutes go underneath that law? My brother, don't you have first-degree murder? You have what's known as first-degree murder, right, which is a premeditated murder. You have manslaughter, correct? So where would manslaughter go underneath those 10 commandments? You understand what I'm telling you? Now, I'm going to ask you a question. We always talk about this. Rape. Where does rape go in the 10 commandments?
Bring it out.
See, these are important topics. Huh?
Under lust.
But we didn't read lust out of the 10 commandments.
Right, but it's there.
Hold on. Where does it go? Lust would be under covetousness. Right? Now, you saying rape goes under covetousness. Okay. Get that for me. You got it? Watch this. We're going to find out where rape goes. This is how we learn how to keep the commandments of what Christ was actually telling us. Watch this.
Deuteronomy 22 and verse 25.
Bring it out.
But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her.
Right. You see that? If the man find a woman in the field and force her, that means what? Rape her. Take sex without her permission. Come on.
And lie with her.
Go ahead.
Then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Go ahead.
But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing.
Right. Because if they were committing adultery back in that time, both of them would have got put to death. But because he raped her, only that man will get killed. And the sister, of course, she's not going to get touched. She's going to get healed. But watch this.
There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death.
Go ahead.
For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Back then, when a man killed a man, what happened to that man? My brother. Back in the old times, in the Old Testament, when a man killed a man, what would happen to the murderer? He get killed. So what happens to the rapist when he rapes the woman? He gets killed. So that goes under thou shalt not kill.
Right.
The Lord calls that a murder. When a man rapes a woman or rapes a man, that's known as a murder.
Right.
Why is this important? Because we got to understand what we are as followers of Christ. We have to keep those commandments. It's not optional.
Right, right.
This is how we're going to get judged in the end. When the Lord said, I'm going to judge you. How can he judge you? A judgment is only going to happen when there's statutes and commandments in order. Same thing when you go in the court system, they're judging you against something in the books.
Right.
Right? Hey, we got to give you a violation on your building because according to permits, so and so and so forth, bang, 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 here, take this fine.
Right.
That's how the Lord is doing it. He's going to say, my brother, listen, you lived your life, but how come you had 10 women over here? I told you, get married and don't commit adultery, fornication. Why did you keep sleeping with all these women? That's what it's going to be. You're going to have to answer for that. I'm not saying you personally, bro. I don't know you. You understand? But I'm just telling you, that's what it is.
Right.
All right? So when we come to keeping the commandments, Christ walked it so we can walk it.
That's right.
Christ walked it so we can walk it. All right? Hey, bro, come back.
All right, brother. So you understand that, right? We got to keep the commandments. All right, sister, how you doing? You believe in the Bible? You heard anything like this before? You heard you an Israelite? You have? Okay. So, like Cap was just going into, we got to keep the laws. All right. So look, we're gonna bring something out for the sisters too. All right. Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. All right.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
All right. So it said the woman shouldn't wear that which pertaineth to a man, neither shall a man put on the woman's garment. Right? Okay. I'm gonna ask you about the second half. What is an article of clothing that belong to women that men shouldn't wear? Well, I can't hear you. Huh? A dress. Okay. Right. Easy, right? All right, go ahead. Read it again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So, on the flip side now, what is an article of clothing that belong to men that women shouldn't wear? It's the opposite, huh? That's what it is, sis. You see now, what's the problem with that? See, you was able to draw the line of conclusion easy. You already knew what the answer was, sis. But look, we ain't giving you our words, we giving you what the Bible says.
Right,
all right?
right.
So read, huh? We gonna show you. Go, get me Exodus 28 and 40. Give me Exodus 28 and 40. Sis, you remember when you was a little, you ever hear your grandmother tell her son, hey boy, pull your britches up. You remember that? What's britches?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, watch this.
Exodus chapter 28 and verse 40. Bring it out. And for Aaron's sons thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make for them girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them.
Chapter 41.
Verse 41. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt make them linen breeches.
And thou shalt make them linen breeches. Remember who we talking about. We talking about Aaron and his sons. All right? Talking about the men. Read it again.
And thou shalt make them linen breeches, to cover their nakedness from the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach.
Okay. So it said they should make them linen breeches. All right? That's talking about what? It's talking about pants. Okay? You understand that, right? What you mean not necessarily, sis? What's the hang up right there? It said breeches. I just asked you at the beginning, I said, you know, back when they said, boy, pull your breeches up, you said that was pants. You clearly said that. It changed? How did it change? What changed, sis? Huh? change wordings. Okay, sis. Go back to Deuteronomy 22:5. That's talking about pants, sis. All right, read.
Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So it says, if a woman's wearing that which pertaineth to a man, or if a man's wearing that which pertaineth to a woman, God calls that an abomination. Sis, when did sisters start wearing pants? Do you know when that came about? That came about in the late 19, I believe it was the early 1900s, with Amelia Bloomer, all right? During like the World War I, World War II period, all right? That's when it came about, all right? So, but before that, let me ask you a question. Did you know your great-grandmother? Your grandmother? Okay. So, I'll use my great-grandmother, all right? She never wore pants. She was around, you know what I'm saying, 1930s, 1940s, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother on my dad's side never wore pants. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? They still had that understanding, you know what I mean? Because guess what? The sisters are supposed to dress modestly. Because guess what? When our sisters put the pants on, what they doing? It ain't like no baggy pants, you know what I'm saying? They be wearing the tight form fitting, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times our sisters put the pants on, what's the first thing they look at in the mirror? They behind, because it's showing off their curves and stuff of that nature. God said you ain't supposed to be doing that. The scripture said that the sisters are supposed to be modest. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Let's get that. But before we get that, the scripture said that all that do so is an abomination. What is an abomination? Do you know what an abomination is? You talking real soft, sis. I can't hear you. That's the old law? That's the old law. We just read it. We just okay. Come on. We just read that, sis.
Sis, come on, stop that. You said Jesus came, right? Jesus came. That's what I just read before. You was standing right there. That's why you was trying to hide behind the pole when I was teaching, because you was hearing everything I was saying. I know you slim, but you ain't that slim. You tried to get behind the pole, and you knew that what Christ was bringing out was keeping those commandments. The Lord said for you to wear a dressing and skirts, my sister. You have to do that. Oh, let me get something out of the New Testament for you. Give me the one in Timothy's, bro. Watch this. Watch this, sis. We can't battle against the arms of God. Our arms are too short. We got to keep the commandments, sis. Watch this.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Heard that? Women are to adorn themselves in modest apparel, my sister. Right. So when sisters is walking around with tights and leggings, is that modest apparel? Come on, sis, talk to me. Tell me something. You love me, sis? Do you love me? You love everybody. Okay, so if you love everybody, just tell the truth. When sisters is wearing them tights, is that modest apparel? See, you don't love us. You don't love us because you don't want to tell me the truth. If I'm walking in the street and the car hit me, you're going to let the car hit me. That's what you're telling me. You're going to let the car hit me, sis. All the tights, is that modest apparel? Having your breasts out, is that modest apparel? See, you're not answering. That's giving us all the answers we need. Read it.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. With shamefacedness?
What?
With shamefacedness?
You gotta have a shame face, my sister. Not you personally, but we talking about you can't be out there, mini skirts, butt out, chest out, and all of the men's faces. The Lord said that's disgraceful, out of order.
And sobriety, not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array, but which becometh woman professing godliness.
You see that, sis? You gotta be a woman professing godliness. It's a reason why the Lord set up like this. Watch this.
With good works. Let the women learn in silence.
You heard that? Let the women learn in silence. Silence. This is Christ. This is Jesus. This is the New Testament. The New Testament. New Testament. 1 Timothy. Go ahead.
Let the women learn in silence with all subjection.
He said to learn with all subjection, meaning what? when we as the pastors, as what the leaders, the prophets, when we coming out teaching you the Bible, you got to just listen and learn. Right? Watch this.
But I suffer not a woman to teach.
You heard that? He said, I allow not a woman to teach. That's why these women pastors is no good, sis. That's out of order. This is the New Testament. Come on.
Or usurp authority over the man.
Or to never have authority over a man ever. That's out of order. Go ahead.
But to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
You heard that? Because Adam came first, and then Eve. You hear me, sis? Watch this.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
You heard that, my sister? You heard what God said? God said Adam was made first, then his wife. Adam was not deceived, but his wife was, and then she deceived him, right? Go ahead.
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
You see that? That is new. It's called the New Testament or the New Covenant. Of course, come on. Timothy was not Jesus. They were disciples of Christ. Okay, so I'm going to get you Christ's words. Give me Matthew chapter 5. I'm going to get you Christ's words because you know what, sis? You got a rebellious spirit. You got a rebellious spirit, but the Lord loves you. Watch this. 5:17, start there.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets.
You heard that? You heard that, my brother? Y'all heard that? Think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. Meaning what? That when Christ came around, he didn't come to destroy what was already written. Go ahead.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Go ahead.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
You heard that? God said, Christ said, whoever should break one of these least commandments. In terms of a woman wearing pants, that might be the least commandment. There's worse things than that. But the Lord said, if a woman is wearing pants, go ahead.
And shall teach men so.
And shall teach other people that it's okay to do that. Go ahead.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Go ahead.
But whosoever shall go and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right. So a lot of times when you see the sisters going to church, they wearing pants, so on and so forth, God said they ain't going to make it to the kingdom. So-called they going to heaven, they ain't going to make it. Because they rebelling against the laws of God. When we bring it out, they got to take it the way it's written. You know what I mean?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word, his word.